Hello and welcome to the 40th episode of our weekly Unity tip roundup, where we take a look at the tweets that were posted or mentioned on or around each Tuesday under the Unity tips hashtag. Bring out the confetti, put on the party hats, we're celebrating. Episode 40 is here. For the 40th time, we welcome you to the weekly Unity tips. It's a good run, what do you think? We started this series so that we could bring something back to the community in a bundle. Because we like using Unity a lot, just like you guys. Let us know what you think about this series of videos and what we can improve. Write to us in the comments and we'll see what we can make of it. But now to the actual topic, Unity tips. In this episode we gathered 5 of the tweets that were posted, shared or retweeted around 18th of October 2022. Let's start this week with something sunny again. Peter from Sunny Valley Studio delights us again with one of his almost weekly Unity tips. Today in Assassin mode. Did you know that you can delay the destruction of an object? You can simply use the second parameter of the destroy method to add a delay in seconds. Useful and visually very nice when you terminate an enemy, like in the attached video. The enemy does not disappear immediately, but only after the time you have specified. Sometimes those seemingly small effects are the icing on the cake that makes the game extra special. Here it is, the hat trick we mentioned in the last episode. 3 tips in a row made it into our videos. Congratulations, Pixel Shenanigans! This time it's not about pixels, it's about structuring, more precisely about labeling. Pixel Shenanigans tip is about filtering in your project search bar. You can type L:, followed by the name of a label in the search bar to quickly filter assets by this label. If you want to know which labels are available, you can take a look in the Search by Label dropdown. If you need to add a new one, click the tag icon in the bottom right of the inspector. Elvis is with us for the 6th time. He is still working on an Untitled roguelike game and currently has 759 followers on Twitter. Still, he finds the time to share his Unity tips with the Unity community. If you need to rename a member, you can use FormerlySerializedAs to keep the reference you currently have. To see it in action, you can watch the little video he attached to his tweet. Participating for the 2nd time, Thomas from Belgium. Thomas already has 52 followers on Twitter. Maybe the Unity community can come over and give this a little push? Networking is always a good idea. Thomas has written a small example snippet that adds a context menu to your timeline asset. It will go through the active scene and select the game objects where the timeline has bindings. You can find the snippet as a screenshot in his tweet. Also participating for the 2nd time, Tore. He's a Unity VR freelancer from Berlin and has 248 followers on Twitter. Let's see when he will round this up to 250. Speaking of rounding, if your animation doesn't loop properly, maybe this tip can help you out. If your animation doesn't loop well, even with loop pose added, you can set it back to non-looping and add it a 2nd time to your animator controller with a transition that goes back and forth. Adjust the blending to your liking until it loops nicely. In the screenshot you can get a quick overview on how this is set up. Yeah, we are in a loop too. Because for the 40th time already, we are the last contribution in these Unity tip videos. This week we will help you save a few lines of code and access calls, simply by evaluating what you really need. We are not talking about greater life choices. Our tip is for the usage of the Instantiate method. Turns out that this is a generic method of the object class, and it can return more than just a game object, like it is most commonly done. Did you know that you can also return a transform? That might save you from typing a few lines of code here and there. A small code example is included in the screenshot to the tweet. Write us in the comments if you have further questions. We are 40 now. That was fast. That means we've been presenting you tips every week for 40 weeks in a row and giving them back to the community. Of course, that wouldn't work if there weren't any tips that you post on Twitter with the hashtag UnityTips. Thanks to you and especially to the 5 community members we could present in our video this time. Click into their accounts, read and share their tweets, and maybe like and follow them too. Everyone is happy about this kind of appreciation. Of course, this is also true for us. Since you already are here, you could consider following us on YouTube and hitting the bell. That way you won't miss any new videos from us. You can also find all previous UnityTip videos in a nice sorted playlist here on YouTube. The link is below in the description as always. For any questions, comments, recommendations or requests, please use the comment section. Thank you for your time and see you next week.